Karate Combat's the boss of the athlete. It's a partnership. RFC is incredible. This team is very trustworthy. That's who you want to have in your corner. I just want to look for athletes that are very good at marketing as well. It's not just winning the fight, but can you market yourself? Can you build an audience? Everything is a contract. When you buy something, you get a receipt, that's a contract, everything. So it's very important to have a legal background.
Welcome to RFZ BizBox. Here we talk about inspiring journeys of businesses, successful stories, and Dubai's booming economy. Today I am with a very special guest. Her name is Laura Zaidi. She is a powerful and influential woman in the business and sport industry. Hello Laura, how are you?
Good. Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be with you also in this beautiful place.
This is incredible. This is my first podcast actually, and wow, I have to say, what a landscape for your first podcast.
Exactly, you will remember it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Laura, can you please first introduce yourself for those who don't know you yet?
So I'm Laura Zaidi. I do a couple different things. I'm an attorney, I'm a sports agent, and I work with my husband we're partners in business. So we have a couple different businesses. We have a gym, we have a management agency, and then we also work with Karate Combat. So Karate Combat is a big striking league, and we are so excited to grow Karate Combat and make it the premier striking league in the world.
Nice. So where are you based currently? Where are your business based?
Mostly Miami.
Okay.
Mostly in Miami, but Karate Combat is international.
Yeah.
So we have an event every month and we travel the world. We have one of our bases, I would say, is here in Dubai. Nice. And another one in Miami. So we want to come here more often and throw events more often. This is our second event that we are having in Dubai.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah. We love Dubai so much. My husband and I love it. And for business, it's amazing. So we're excited to be here again, and hopefully we keep coming more often.
Exactly. So how do you feel about Dubai? You said you love Dubai. What are your thoughts?
It's incredible because it's a hub of different cultures. There's a very diverse community, and you have the beach. Right now we're in front of a beautiful beach, Nikki Beach, and we have the desert. So we have a lot of different landscapes, different cultures, and the most important thing that sticks out about Dubai is the hospitality. There's a unique hospitality here that everybody has, and we feel so welcomed every time we come here. We feel that the people are very trustworthy. It's just been incredible for us.
Nice. Yes, I love that also. Here, it's wherever you go, you have some people smiling, welcoming you, helping you. It's amazing.
And we've traveled to so many different places with our business, and especially Karate Combat. Yeah. So we've seen a good amount of different countries, but this UAE and especially Dubai is just amazing. We really believe in the future of Dubai, so we want to stay here more often, and we're looking into maybe getting our own property here or having a business here. So
okay, that's nice. And you will do it.
Yes, I hope so. Inshallah.
So tell me more about Karate Combat. So you're here in Dubai. What brought you here today, and what is happening this week?
This week is a very big week for Karate Combat. Okay. On Friday, May 2nd, we have an event at the Agenda. It's going to start at 8 p.m. Dubai time. Okay. And we are going to have the best card that Karate Combat has ever had. I really feel that this is... we were here a year ago, and this is full circle. Now, a year later, this is an incredible card. A lot of great fighters are on this card, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You have celebrities that are going to be there. You have entertainment. So this Friday, May 2nd, Karate Combat at the Agenda. You have to come. So tickets are live right now, and you can buy it all the way up until Friday.
Okay, so remember, if you want to join on Friday, it's now.
Yes, get your tickets soon before they sell out. It's going to be a fun event.
Great. So can you tell us more about your journey? How did you start? How did you arrive there, like the person you are today, and with your husband also? Can you tell us more about you and your journey?
Yeah, definitely. I've always been drawn to business and entrepreneurship. I went to law school and I finished in 2020. So coming out of law school in 2020, becoming an attorney, I was working at an insurance company as an in-house counsel. And I knew that being a traditional attorney was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wanted to have my own businesses, but having that legal background was amazing. It helps in everyday life, still to this day. I use it all the time.
Yeah.
So my husband at the time, he had a business. He was just opening in 2020 a gym.
Okay.
So he coaches still professional fighters. So he was coaching at the time, and I remember, working and studying for the bar and going to the gym and seeing the fighters every day at the gym. And we really developed a passion for the fighters, this very close relationship with them. And we didn't really trust anybody else to handle their career. You have to be very careful with the type of agents you work with, the managers you work with. So we had a close tie with the fighters. So we felt, well, why don't we open up our own management company, and that way we can guide them, and I have the legal background to do that.
Yeah,
so that's how we
important.
started. It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And right now in MMA, there aren't a lot of managers that are attorneys. I don't know how, but it definitely helps. It's a great advantage to have. So we started our company, the management company, in 2020, and it has been a success since.
Nice.
We just really want to manage the close fighters that we have. We don't promote to different clients. It's not a very open business that anybody can come sign. It's really just our main fighters that we want to finish the career with, and so that's a management company. And then my husband Austin became the president of Karate Combat, and that's how we got involved, and I became the head of operations.
Okay.
So those are the three main businesses right now.
Nice, perfect. And what would you say are the best qualities or criteria to choose a good agent or manager?
I would say trust is number one.
Yeah.
It's so important to be with somebody that you trust, because if you have that relationship where it's honest, it's transparent, there's nothing to hide there, you know that they'll have your best interests no matter what. So no matter the situation, the business opportunity that comes, you know that you can communicate well together and that you trust that person. If there's no trust, it's not going to work out. So that would be number one.
Okay, and number 2 or 3, do you have more tips?
For being an agent, I would say the legal background is very important.
Especially in
Because
business, or when you start to become successful, you have so many opportunities also, and so many people coming to you, wanting to work with you, and having this background, I feel it's amazing, because you can check the contract, you can know what's good for your athlete, you know what's wrong, you know how to negotiate it, right?
Exactly. Oh, everything is a negotiation. In life, you have so many things to negotiate. Everything is a contract. When you buy something, you get a receipt, that's a contract. Everything. So it's very important to have a legal background. And with my athletes, I know not every agent is for every athlete, and vice versa. Not every athlete works well with the agent. So it really depends on the relationship. I've had relationships where maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe I know the fighter's better somewhere else, and maybe I'm not the person for them. But it's very important that it's a good relationship. So I make sure that that's the case with all my clients that I take on. I won't sign anybody unless I know that we're going to work together well.
Exactly. I feel it's like a relationship.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Completely. Okay. So what are the following things? Like, what's next for you in your business and career?
Well, right now we are focusing on growing Karate Combat to really become the premier striking league in the world.
Okay.
And that takes a lot. That takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. This is really 24/7. My husband and I work around the clock all the time. There's no days off. So part of that is what it takes to grow a business. And when you're talking about Karate Combat, we have 105 signed fighters exclusively, and it's very international. So we have to look around the world for the best top athletes and top strikers specifically. So it's a very interesting sport. There's a lot of action, and you want to look for athletes that are very good at marketing as well. It's not just winning the fight, but can you market yourself? Can you build an audience? So just how maybe as a manager and as a fighter you have to have a relationship, it's the same way with Karate Combat and the athletes. It's not, Karate Combat's the boss of the athlete. It's a partnership. So both parties have to work together, and that's how you grow the company.
Completely, yes. And congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So if you know any opportunity or anyone that can help Karate Comeback to grow, you know who to contact.
If you have any fighters, we want the best strikers in the world. So if you're that, come to Karate Combat.
Okay. So we will put in the description also your contacts, your
definitely.
website, so everyone can reach out to you. And I wanted to ask you a question regarding your experience here in Dubai with RFZ. How did it go?
RFC is incredible. The team itself is, we talked a lot about trust.
Yeah.
This team is very trustworthy, and that's who you want to have in your corner, especially coming to Dubai. Having somebody like that has your back, and whether it's in real estate or business or just travel consulting. RFC, this is what they do. They're very trustworthy. The communication is great. So I've really enjoyed the hospitality here and everything that they've done to help out. And it's really made an experience unbelievable.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, and that's
course.
the main goal for us. We know that as a business owner, you need to be focused on what you do, your goals. Here, you're here for 10 days only. So you need to also focus on what you have to do in Dubai.
Right.
So it's super important also for us. You was talking about trust and also efficiency, like to be your right arm, the person you can trust and rely on basically. So-
Exactly. They've been very, very effective in just transporting you. I need to go here. You know, they're reliable. So that's always helpful, especially when you're traveling and you're here for business.
Yeah.
It's great to have people like that.
Thank you.
Of course.
So, this podcast also is talking to different type of entrepreneur, business owner. So you are a woman, especially in business and in a very masculine environment. So what would you say about being a woman in business? What were the main challenges you faced and how did you face it?
Well, there's definitely challenges just as an entrepreneur. But being a woman, yes, we are involved in karate combat. They have the crypto industry.
Okay,
They
yeah.
have the fighting industry, as well as finance. So those are all male dominated. And but it's always great to see women being more and more in the industry. And I love not just supporting women, but supporting young people coming up that want to learn. So I'm always available to mentor people. I make sure that I do that for other people because I had great mentors as well.
Nice,
So, but as a woman, there's a lot of things that come your way. I'm very blessed that I have an amazing husband that's my partner, and it's good to have people in your corner that are good at things that maybe you're not so good at. You can go so much farther when you have a team.
Yeah.
So I would say that's always the biggest thing is you can go far by yourself, but having people in your corner, mentors, in my case, my husband's my business partner, having a good business partner, having a good team, you can always build your team. So with Karate Combat, I have built a team of amazing people that work just as hard, that are passionate about. If you're not passionate, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
But these people are hungry, they're passionate, so I have an amazing team, amazing husband, business partner to thank for all that. So that would be my advice is definitely have a good team in your corner.
Exactly. Surround yourself with the right person.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to be good at everything, and that's just part of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So you have to have people that have those skills.
Completely. To have all the skills around you.
Exactly.
And I think like as an entrepreneur or a business owner, the most important is to be able to be a good project manager kind of, because you don't need to have all the skills, but you need to be able to manage all of that, and as you are the head of operation, be able to coordinate all those people together.
If you're passionate about something, you will really take the time to learn about it. So
Yeah.
as the head of operations, we deal with a lot of different things, a lot of logistics. So travel, we deal with licensing for fighters. There's many pieces. Even though I've never been a travel agent, I know that that's something that we have to get. So you, as a project manager, you kind of see what you're missing, and the missing pieces will eventually come together. But it's very important to be a good leader and to lead by example.
Completely, yes, 100%. So how did it start? So you had first the gym, and then how did you go from first the gym and then the management and then karate combat? So can you explain us a little more about the journey?
Once I got out of law school and I became an attorney and I was working as an attorney, my husband opened up the gym, Goat Shed. And it's a gym in Miami. It has viral content. It's a small 3,000 square foot location in Miami, but it has there's so many cool things that happen and so much fun that we have there. There's a lot of amazing fighters that train out of Goat Shed. And Asim, my husband, just developed this amazing marketing tactics. And every video he was posting was going viral. Nice. So me being there every day and helping him with the gym, I saw the fighters there and developed a close relationship with them, and I knew that I wanted to represent them. I wanted to be their advocate, and having the legal background was going to help. So I started the management company, and we basically managed the Go Shed fighters, a lot of them that I had already built relationships with. And then because Awesome was doing such a great job with the marketing of the gym, Karate Combat approached him, and they were interested in having him be the marketing chair for Karate Combat. So they wanted him to tell the stories of the fighters signed to Karate Combat. You know, we want to expose the story of the fighter, the brand of the fighter. So that's how he started with Karate Combat. And 3 days into the job, they said, "Do you want to be president? You know, you're great. You're good at many different things. You were a fighter yourself.
Yeah.
This is something very unique that you can bring to the table. You have the knowledge, the experience. So be the president." And Awesome agreed. And 3 months later, I think it was, I officially started working with Karate Combat as well. Because what Awesome says is, we have a secret sauce. The secret sauce is us together, you know? He's very creative.
Yeah.
He has these amazing visions. And then for me, I'm very analytical. I'm better at logistics. So we help each other out in that way. So he's like, I have to work with my wife. She has to come, you know? I can't do it without her, and vice versa. So I started working with the company, and it took a long time to get the credibility. I'm not going to lie. As a woman, maybe as the president's wife more than anything, being young, there's a lot of different factors. Not just being a woman. There's many different things that people say, oh, maybe she just got the job because she's the president's wife. So you always have to be willing and fight for your credibility. And your work speaks for itself. After a while, people cannot deny you. If you do a good job, you do a good job. They have to have you on. So that's what started happening. But I'm never afraid. It's a challenge. I'm never afraid to prove myself, show, if I'm passionate about something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. And so it's okay, all the challenges that come my way, I just see them as exciting, and you learn so much throughout the process. So it's been a really fun journey, and I'm very happy now to have an amazing team, for the operations team for Karate Combat. So it's exciting.
Yeah, and what I noticed that you always talk about having fun, being passionate, and I think all the courage it takes, the action, like the work, it comes with that. If you are passionate and if you just do it 100%, then whatever happens, you're going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I always say our team we can get anything done. Whatever challenge it is. Last time when we were in Dubai, there were a couple of challenges with the rain and everything, and we made it happen. It doesn't matter what it is. I have confidence that we're all going to get it done. Yeah. So that's very important to have. But definitely passion is number one. You have to love your job, even when it's hard, even sleepless nights as an entrepreneur. If you have a goal in mind that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. You will do it around the clock, 24/7. And every time there's an event, there's a challenge.
There is something. Yeah.
There's something. It's never going to be perfect. So when you work and you practice, whether you're a fighter, just know that it's not going to be perfect. The day of the fight is not going to be perfect, so you have to train that way. You should never know what's coming. Awesome, the way he coaches is, I don't want the fighter to dictate what's going to happen that day in training. If the fighter says, oh, I want to train with this person, he says, okay, no problem. The fighter comes and says, nope, that's not what we're doing. You're going to be in the cage for 10 minutes, 1 round. So that way the fighter gets used to feeling uncomfortable. And I think it's the same way in business. It's never going to go perfect. The event is never going to go perfect. There's always going to be challenges, but you have to overcome it, and that's part of it.
Exactly.
You have to get comfortable with it.
Yeah, and it's very close. When I hear you talking about how your husband is coaching the athlete and how you manage the business, and in general, how do we manage a business, it's very close. Like being an athlete and being an entrepreneur or a business owner, you have many common points, and you need to be ready to be in the uncomfort zone. Right. You need to be ready to any challenges. Mm-hmm. Nothing is perfect. Mm-hmm. The plan will never be like it is written.
Right. Exactly. And as a fighter, they are an entrepreneur. Each fighter is an entrepreneur. They have their brand. They have to do their marketing. It's not only about performing on fight day. There's a lot that goes in it. So you have to have the same entrepreneur mentality. So I think those are skills that can be applied anywhere, that entrepreneurship.
Completely. And we don't realize that most of the time we say, oh, the athlete, they have their own marketing agency or anything. But actually, no, they have to have this mindset also. It's a full job.
It is a full-time job, especially when you're starting out as a business owner or as an athlete. You have to do everything yourself until you build your credibility, build your name, and then people will come to you. Sponsors will come to you, but you can't expect sponsors to come to you the first day that you start, MMA. You have to build there. So it's the same way the same challenge that I was discussing about. I have to be ready to prove my credibility and to be that point that everybody looks at and says, okay, the performance speaks for itself. The results speak for itself. You have to do that as a fighter too. You have to prove yourself, and once you get there, the opportunities will come to you.
Yes, as you said, it's not coming from the first time. You need to keep going. You need to keep working, and then the results will come. Yeah. Great. Thank you for this for sharing this. And do you have anything else to add regarding maybe karate combat, or what's next for you? If you have any add or any question, or you are looking for anything maybe that we can share also with our community.
I would say definitely stay tuned for Karate Combat. We have many amazing events coming up, not just this one in Dubai, May 2nd, but we have many throughout the year. We are all over the world, so stay tuned because it's growing very quickly and it's exciting, so don't miss it.
Perfect. And I have one last question regarding RFZ. So who was your main contact at RFZ at the beginning? How did you meet the team?
Imran. So I actually met him through Karate Combat.
Okay.
They were at our Singapore event, and they came to watch Shazay Brint, who is an amazing Pakistani fighter. And he was performing at Karate Combat. He was competing there in Singapore. So RFZ team went to see him and support Shazay, and that's how I met them in person. And then with their businesses that they do in Dubai and how great the trustworthy team that they have, it just gave me a lot of confidence. So I knew when I come to Dubai, I like to contact them, and I know they have my back and they can help with consulting, anything that I need, they're there. So that's how we built the relationship.
And that's how you met. Yeah, that's great.
Exactly.
Perfect. In person, that's the best way to meet.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. They're there, they're in the flesh, so it's good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Laura, for this podcast, the first one, and I hope you had a great time.
Thank you so much.
Perfect, thank you so much. So, of course, you are able to find all the details about Laura, about Karate Combat, about RFZ also in the description. And if you have any question, feel free to comment also. We will be happy to reply to you, or maybe do another podcast. Thank you.